Yo, what up, guys? Hope y'all are doing well. It's Juan coming at you with a video from my bed. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about how you shouldn't be so hard on yourself in life because life is already going to be hard enough on you. So the last thing you need to be is hard on yourself. Let's talk about it. So I grew up in a very abusive, a very toxic environment. Unfortunately, I didn't really have a childhood growing up because my parents were extremely hard on me. Like if I did one little thing wrong, I would get punched in the head sometimes, which can literally give you a concussion and kill you. Like as a young child, sometimes my father would hit me very hard to where I don't know if I have a brain injury or not. And I was getting great grades growing up, but because I smoked weed at a party one time, I was constantly threatened with rehab. Meanwhile, most kids were doing way more drugs than me. And again, I was actually getting good grades. I was in college classes in high school. I had Harvard sending me, letters, which I know Harvard sends letters to a lot of people because they're a school and they're trying to make money. But they don't send letters to everyone. They're not going to send, they don't. They don't send letters to someone that just has a 1.0 GPA that's taking regular classes. Again, I was taking college classes in high school and I had a really good GPA. And I don't know. My whole family was called me a druggie growing up, and I'm like, where do you guys even get these terms from? I don't even do drugs. Like I literally didn't even do drugs growing up. I didn't. I was sober. Like my family was so hard on me growing up, and so eventually I learned that that's just how life was. You're supposed to be hard on yourself. If you don't do everything right, you got to beat yourself up because you're a bad person because you didn't do everything perfect, and so what I've realized over time is that way of thinking is actually counterproductive because, again, life is already hard enough. So the last thing you need to be is hard on yourself. Like, it gets real out here, guys. There's people that die in car accidents. There's people that die in wars. There's people that have their house robbed. There's people that get stolen from. Like, every single day you wake up, you need all your focus to be vigilant enough to get through the day. And how are you going to do that if you're beating yourself up because of what you did yesterday? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the real problem with being hard on yourself, is it takes away the focus that you need to actually achieve your goals. You might think, oh, it's good that I'm hard on myself because I ate a piece of pizza last night and I wasn't supposed to do that. I'm supposed to try to eat healthy. So if I just think about this pizza all week and how bad it was that I ate it and I starve myself for eating it, then that's a good thing. But that's actually not a good thing. If you eat a slice of pizza, the best in your goal is to eat healthy. The best thing you can do is to just not worry about it. Don't go into this cycle of starving yourself and then binging. Just don't think about it and just proceed as normal. Like maybe normally you do green juices and nut milks and fruit juices. Maybe normally you eat more healthy foods. Just go back to eating healthy. Make a green juice the next day for breakfast. You know what I mean? And just keep them. Just keep going as normal. I used to be in this cycle of I would eat unhealthy junk food and then I would starve myself. And I'm a really big believer in juicing because the body's mostly water. So I'm not saying that you should be stuffing yourself 24/7 with junk either, but you don't even need to eat these big, huge meals to get nutrients like everyone thinks. You can get nutrients from a green juice. You can get nutrients from a coconut water. You can get nutrients from raw egg yolks. So I'm not saying that you have to eat these huge portions either. Some people don't like eating huge portions. Sometimes I'm happy with just juice, going on a juice cleanse. but juicing has more nutrients than most of what people are eating these days. So at least you're getting your nutrients in. What I used to do is I would eat junk food and then I would go on a dry fast. I would literally starve myself to try to punish, not to try to punish myself. I wasn't even trying to do that, but I was so used to being punished from childhood that subconsciously that's all I knew. I was actually trying to be healthier and I wasn't even really trying to punish myself, but I was just simply being too hard on myself. I wasn't just letting the cheat meals go. Sometimes if you make a mistake, you just got to let it go because the next day is ahead of you and you have to focus on what's in front of you. Like it's the same thing with girls, for example. Let's say you're talking to a hot girl and you fumble it with her on accident. You can sit there and ruminate about it and beat yourself up over your entire life. Meanwhile, you might have other girls texting you, and if all you think about is how it didn't go good with your ex, you might forget that you have all these other girls texting you, and you might accidentally ghost another girl that you could have made it work with that might have been a good opportunity. So that's the problem with being hard on yourself, is it makes you miss other opportunities because you're no longer in the present moment. You're ruminating on the past, which you can't control because you're no longer in it. And so, again, life is already hard enough. Every day you wake up, you're going to have potentially monumental challenges. You know, your mom might die. God forbid. I pray that never happens. But you never know. Your dad might die. Your car might break down like mine just did. You might buy another car to replace your broken down car, and you might get scammed, and you might end up buying a shitty car from someone. That just happened to me recently. These are real challenges that can literally take you out. Economic challenges. You might not have enough money to eat the right foods. And so you don't always have time to ruminate on all the shit that you did wrong in the past. Sometimes you just got to get up and make it happen in the now. And that's the problem with being too hard on yourself, is if you're always beating yourself up for something you did in the past, like, oh, I didn't eat right yesterday, or, oh, I fumbled this girl, or, oh, I missed out on this business opportunity, or, oh, I bought the wrong car on accident. If you keep ruminating on these mistakes, then you're not going to have enough focus to focus on what you need to do today. Like, okay, you ate the pizza yesterday, make a green juice today. Don't worry about yesterday. Yesterday was yesterday. Okay, you bought the wrong car from someone that was shady. Take it to the mechanic, see if you can get it fixed. See how much it is to get it fixed. Oh, the repair costs too much. Sell the car and find a new car. Sell the car to someone that knows how to fix cars and that's willing to deal with it, and just go find a new car. You know, don't ruminate on the past mistake and beat yourself up for it. Focus on what you can do today to create a better future for yourself tomorrow. Focus on what you can do right now, do it even to just enjoy the day. Like, oh, you ate a pizza yesterday and it didn't make you feel good. It made you feel bloated, so you didn't enjoy the day as much. Okay, make a green juice today with spinach, grapes, and ginger. Drink that and feel better today, right now. You didn't feel good about yesterday because you didn't work out as much as you thought you wanted to. Okay, do a workout today. You don't feel good today because you didn't get as much sleep as you needed yesterday. Okay, take a nap. You know, don't beat yourself up over the mistakes of yesterday, and try to do as good as you can today. And even if you make a mistake today, that's okay. Just try to do better tomorrow. You know, one of the number one marks of a successful man, and I heard this a while ago and it blew my mind, is someone that never truly reaches their goal. Because the true measure of success as a man is to have goals that are so high, that are so amazing, that are so insanely unobtainable that you never truly reach them, because that's true success. Like, if your goal is to make $1 billion and you only reach half of that goal, that's still 500 million. If your goal is to only make $100 and you reach 100% of that, you've still only made $100. So that's the trick when it comes to being an ambitious person, is you can set these super high goals, but you have to understand that the higher your goals, the more likely you are to not reach them. And that's okay, because that shows that at least you're aiming high enough and at least you're challenging yourself. Because how are you going to learn and grow if you never do anything that makes you step outside of your comfort zone? And if you're never failing at anything, then you're not really stepping outside of your comfort zone. You're simply just doing what you're already good at, what you're already comfortable with. How are you going to learn and grow if you only do what you're already good at and already comfortable with? And that's why you should never beat yourself up for failing, because failure is a part of success. And the higher your goals, it's literally inevitable to happen, because your goals are so high that that's a sign that you truly are successful, because you have the balls to set goals that are so high that you're not afraid to fail, because you understand. I just ran out of storage. Oops. I just had to delete some videos. So I think I might actually end this video sooner or later. But yeah, guys, simple concept in today's video. The higher you set your goal, the more likely you are to fail. And that's okay. That's simply a sign that your goal is actually challenging enough to make you grow. And so don't beat yourself up over failure, because life is already hard enough. And you already have enough challenges to face today, right now, in this moment. Yesterday's challenges were simply yesterday's challenges. Don't beat yourself up over it. In fact, the more you beat yourself up, the harder it is to learn from your mistakes. And I know that that might blow your mind, but it's simply true. And a lot of us, we weren't taught this growing up. A lot of our parents punished us so harshly, it's literally abuse. But that actually makes it harder to learn, because when you beat yourself up, it can increase your cortisol. And when your cortisol is high, it can lower your body's ability to do certain other things, because cortisol increases your fight or flight response, and it kicks your body out of rest and digest, which can actually affect your ability to process things. So you want to process things from a clear emotional standpoint to actually learn from them. And so if you're thinking, oh my God, I ate these pizzas and I'm a horrible person because I'm not supposed to eat junk food, and I'm a bad person because I'm not disciplined enough to eat healthy, that's actually keeping you from learning what you needed to learn. Maybe you simply just are realizing, oh, pizza isn't helping me reach my goals. Every time I eat pizza, I don't feel that great. I deserve to feel better. I am a good person. I deserve to eat food that makes me feel good. You see how it's the different way that you talk to yourself mentally can affect your future actions. Because if you feel like just super unmotivated and super depressed because you made one little mistake, you're more likely to keep making mistakes because, oh, I already fucked up, I'm already a failure. But if you're the more easily you're able to let the failures go and just move on from it, now you just make a green juice the next meal and you just move on. Instead of having a whole train of bad meals, like, oh, I already ate one bad meal, so what's the point in eating healthy anymore? I already ruined my progress. And now for the next 3 months, now for the next year, you're eating junk. If you just don't beat yourself up for it, then and you just eat what you truly want to eat the next meal. Like, maybe you realize you don't really want to eat pizza. Maybe you ate it that one time because your mom brought some home. It's your parents' responsibility to feed you properly. Most parents failed at that responsibility, so it's not even your fault that you eat junk food. Most likely you were just raised that way. Maybe now that you're getting older and maturing, or I don't even want to say getting older, because you actually don't even have to get older. As you spend more years on this earth, you can actually get younger if you take care of yourself properly. So getting older isn't the right word for it, but maturing is a better way to put it. As you mature on this planet, maybe you just learn that the way your parents fed you wasn't right. And maybe you go back to some of these foods because you were literally fed them growing up. You were raised on them. Because sometimes you think, oh, I used to eat it growing up. Maybe it's not that bad. And maybe you just needed to go back and eat it one more time, 100 more times, maybe even 1,000 more times. Maybe you just needed to eat it more times just to learn that it really wasn't for you. And a lot of these mistakes that we make, it's not like we're trying to make them. So that's really the point I'm trying to make, is like, just don't beat yourself up, because the sooner you can get back into a positive state of mind, the easier it is to make. I accidentally closed out of the recording, but the sooner you can get back into a positive state of mind, the easier it is to make progress, because it's easier to focus on your goals when you aren't beating yourself up. It's simply just as easier to focus on your goals if you just look at it as, oh, I made a mistake, but it doesn't define me as a person. I can eat a better meal today if I want. I can get up. Maybe you didn't work at all yesterday. Maybe you're your own boss. Maybe you're your own contractor. Maybe you have your own business, and maybe you work your own hours and you didn't work enough hours yesterday. You can beat yourself up all day. I'm lazy. I'm a piece of shit. I didn't work yesterday, so what's the point in working today? Let me just sit around and watch Netflix. That's the problem with beating yourself up, is let me just sit around and watch Netflix all day today. I was lazy yesterday. I didn't eat the right foods yesterday. And then you let it slip into the next day. Oh, I might as well just fuck off today because I fucked off yesterday. And then you let it slip into the next week. Oh, I might as well fuck off this week because I fucked off last week. Don't make it your identity. Don't let your mistakes define you. Just view it as a mistake and move on. The sooner you move on, the better. The sooner you let it go, the better. Never beat yourself up for your mistakes, because it's just simply not productive. That's the real reason why you don't want to do it, because the sooner you can stop beating yourself up and the sooner you can focus back in on right now what's in front of you. Okay, yeah, yesterday I didn't hit my workout. Yesterday I didn't work as much as I wanted to. Yesterday I ate a cheap meal, but what about today? What am I doing today? God let me wake up another day. Today's another opportunity for success. You guys understand what I'm saying? And so it's important to appreciate the present moment, because that allows you to focus on the task at hand and do a better job at completing it. And if you're always ruminating on your past mistakes, it can take you out of the present moment. So, yeah. Don't beat yourself up. Let it go. It's okay. We're all human. You're worthy of love. You're worthy of success. You're worthy of health and wealth and all these things, no matter how many mistakes you make, because God loves you. And if you woke up today, another day, God wants you here for a reason. We actually have the potential to live forever. And that's a big reason why you want to let go of your past mistakes as quickly as possible. Because if you're still alive today, then that is a gift and that is a blessing. And you don't want to let a little minor mistake you made in the past ruin your gratitude for being alive today. Because every day we are alive, it truly is a gift. And that's one of the biggest problems with beating yourself up for your past mistakes, is it ruins your ability to feel gratitude in the present moment. And it's very important that we thank God for every single day we're given, and we feel gratitude in the present moment. It doesn't even have to be more productive. You let go of your past mistakes to focus more about today. Yes, that's one point I brought up in this video, but it doesn't even have to be about that. Maybe you don't want to be productive today. Maybe you worked hard all week and you want to take a nice little break for a day, 2 days, maybe even a week. Maybe you want to go on a vacation and you want to go to the Bahamas and have sex with your girlfriend and enjoy some coconuts off the tree or something. Maybe that's what you want to do. Well, guess what? Even if you're not trying to be productive and you're just trying to enjoy a vacation or something, you still don't want to beat yourself up for what happened in the past. Because again, if you're beating yourself up for some mistake you made in the past, it's harder to enjoy the present moment. Like, let's say you're on vacation with your girl and you're having amazing sex with her in the Bahamas, but you can't stop thinking about how 2 or 3 weeks ago you weren't able to get hard for her. So now every time you go to have sex with her, you get in your head about everything. You're like, oh my God, am I going to get hard this time? Am I not going to get hard? And now you're struggling to get hard because you're in your head. You know how sometimes when you get nervous during sex, it's harder to get hard? So even for just simple enjoyment, like even you're just having sex with your girl, let's say one day you don't get hard for her. The next day, let it go. Don't beat yourself up for it. Because even if you're just trying to enjoy yourself, like just having sex with a girl, just something fun, it's not like you're working a professional job. It's not like you're flying an airplane. It's not like you're driving a semi truck on the highway and you might kill someone if you don't pay attention. Sex is, unless you're trying to create a baby, that's different. But sex for most people is just for enjoyment. And so it's not necessarily something that you do to be productive. But even if you're just trying to have sex with your girl, if you're ruminating on past mistakes that you made, like, oh, I couldn't get hard this one time 5 months ago, and then you get super nervous, you might not be able to get hard then and there because you're ruminating on the past. Or it can even be just something as simple as making a nice fruit juice for yourself. Maybe the last meal you ate was junk food, and now you're hungry again, and you're trying to make a grape juice in your juicer at home because you're trying to make something healthy this time. It's going to be harder to enjoy the meal if you're thinking, oh, I was such a piece of shit last time I ate junk food. Do I even deserve this grape juice? Maybe I should just eat nothing because this grape juice has too many calories. Now you're in a starving and binging cycle. Even if you're just trying to enjoy life and just do something fun, ruminating, like taking a nap or going to hang out with your buddies, or going to hook up with some girl at college that you think is hot, or you're going to see a movie that you want to see, or you're going to watch a play that you want to see. Even if it's just something simple like that, just a simple hobby that you like to do, like golfing, or maybe you like to go on hikes. Even if you're not trying to be productive, you're just trying to enjoy a vacation and relax on the beach. Ruminating on the past can ruin that as well, because instead of enjoying the present moment, you're just thinking about mistakes you made in the past. And some people spend their whole life that way, and it's really sad. And I could have been one of those people, but I'm trying to break out of it. And that's why I'm making this video for you guys, because I was raised in an environment where every little thing I did wrong, I was literally beaten for it sometimes. And it trained my brain to think in a very unproductive way. And I haven't been able to get anything done in life because I've been so hard on myself. It's been taking away my ability to focus. It's been taking away my ability to form healthy relationships with people. It's been taking away my ability to do anything because I've been beating myself up so much my entire life that I haven't allowed myself the space and room to even make YouTube videos like this one. Sometimes I would record a video over and over and over again, and I would keep deleting it because I didn't think it was good enough to post. But you know what? I'm going to post this one no matter what, because like I said, guys, I'm trying to break out of the mindset of beating myself up. I probably could have had a successful YouTube channel by now. I've had so many good video ideas that I haven't posted. Why? Because I thought, oh, does this camera angle look good enough? Is my body muscular enough yet? I have multiple life-threatening chronic diseases, guys. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be alive. So I'm done waiting until I'm fitter. I'm done waiting until I'm wiser to make YouTube videos. I deserve to make YouTube videos right now because that's what I enjoy doing and that's what I want to do for a living. And even if I've made mistakes in the past and I'm not this perfect fitness influencer, because that's what I wanted to do, was make health videos. I still am going to make health and fitness videos because that's what I want to do and that's what I enjoy doing. And that is my calling for you today. If you're watching this video, is no matter how many mistakes you've made in life, no matter how imperfect you think you are, if you have a passion, God gave you that passion for a reason. So don't squander it, and don't be afraid to do what you're passionate about, even if you're not great at it yet, even if you are, keep failing at it, because with time and with practice, you can get better. And if you think about what happens to the majority of people in this life, the majority of people in life end up dead. And so you never know when it might be your last day. I pray that we all live forever watching this video. I truly believe immortality is possible. If you want to see more videos on that topic, subscribe for more. And so that's a big thing too, is a lot of people, that's why you don't want to beat yourself up, is because you might be thinking about something dumb you did in the past, and then all of a sudden you crash your car on the highway or something. Every single day you're alive requires immense focus. Just think about in nature, where if an animal loses focus for just 30 seconds, it might get attacked by a predator. Or if the monkey that's swinging from tree branch to tree branch loses focus for 1 minute, it might fall from the tree. Do you think the monkey has time to think about all the mistakes it's made in its life? Do you think the gazelle has time to think about all the mistakes it's made? No, it's got to be on the lookout for the tiger. And so you want to try to be present as much as possible day to day, because it can always get worse. That's the thing, is you might think, oh, I messed up, I'm in a bad position now, but you could always be in a worse position. Your car might have broken down like mine just did, but you could be in jail. You could be in the hospital. You see what I'm saying? It can always get worse. And so no matter how much you think you fucked up the past, you don't want to beat yourself up for it. You want to spend all your energy in the present moment right now doing what you need to do to make things better. Because that's the only way things are going to get better. Not if you beat yourself up, not if you ruminate on negativity, but if you simply focus on making things better. That's the only way they're actually going to get better. And we have so much more potential in us than what we've been told. Human beings have the potential to live forever. We can heal diseases. And so when you set your goal so high, you're literally guaranteed to fail. But that's okay, because unless you're dead, you always have another chance. That's the one failure you want to try to avoid at all costs, is death. And that's the one thing that people don't really think about as much. People will ruminate on everything bad they did, but when it comes to people eating healthy, that's why I mentioned that so many times in this video. Most people don't even care what they're eating day to day. Most people care more about superficial things that don't really matter. And so when you set the bar so high, you're guaranteed to fail sometimes. But that's a good thing, because it means you're challenging yourself enough to actually sustain growth. And the sooner you can rewire your brain to see failure not as a bad thing, but as a good thing, and the sooner you can stop beating yourself up over your past mistakes, but simply accept the fact that mistakes are part of the journey, the sooner you'll be able to be more at peace with yourself. And that's really what matters in life. Because as far as we know, you only get one life. We don't know if there's an afterlife or not. I hope there is, but we don't know. So wouldn't we want to do everything we can in this one life we have to enjoy it as much as we can? And this might be your last day. Would you really want to spend your last day ruminating on some negative shit you did? Or do you want to just move on from it and just do better? I'm not saying to not try to do better. What I'm saying is that mistakes are guaranteed if you set the bar high enough. And so you don't want to let every little mistake lower your self-esteem. Instead, you want to just view it objectively, learn from it, and move on. Maybe even make YouTube videos like I'm doing to document it. Maybe even write stuff down in a journal. You know, one of my biggest struggles with my whole life has been my health. And I've been trying to eat healthier my whole life. And in the beginning, every time I would eat a cheat meal, I would starve myself for afterwards, or I would just I would do these extreme workouts that my body couldn't even handle at the time because I was still young and developing, and I didn't have the muscle strength to do all these extreme. I didn't have the energy. I needed more sleep. I would deprive myself of sleep sometimes because I would work out so hard, just because I felt like I was too skinny. But I was actually keeping myself stuck, because you can work out harder. This is the perfect analogy for this whole video I'm making. You can work out harder to try to build muscle because you think you're too skinny, but you actually need to make sure you're getting enough sleep to build muscle. And so overtraining can actually slow down your progress. And it's the same way in real life. You think that by beating yourself up over every little mistake, you're making it better, but you're actually just making it worse. You really are. So find balance, find peace. And I'm not saying to not try to do the right thing. Try to do the right thing as much as you can, but just understand that the higher you set the bar, the more likely you are to fail. Even in like a workout scenario, maybe you're trying to lift heavier weight. The heavier you lift, the more likely you are to fail. And that's why you got to have the safety set up when you're doing a squat. You put the little safety bars up to catch the barbell in case you fall. But because you're challenging yourself to lift that heavier weight, it can help your muscles grow. And so it's the same way in real life. You might challenge yourself to do these extreme things, and you might fail sometimes, but the failure is actually a sign that you might grow from it, because you can actually learn from your mistakes and you know what not to do next time. And even if you make the same mistake again and again and again and again, it's okay. It's okay. Sometimes it takes multiple repetitions to really learn something. Sometimes it takes multiple repetitions to really understand something. The sooner you can stop beating yourself up and the sooner you can get back into the present moment, the easier it is to make progress. And that's the problem, is growing up, a lot of us were punished and abused to a point where our nervous system thought that if you make one mistake, you're a bad person and you got to beat yourself up and punish yourself. But that's simply not true. In fact, if you're making a lot of mistakes, that can actually be a sign that your goal is high enough to where you're growing from it and you're being challenged from it. And so when you can rewire your brain to see failure as a good thing instead of a bad thing, then your capacity for success goes up 1,000,000-fold. Okay? And I'm not saying that you have to fail all the time. Just because failure is a good thing, that doesn't mean that not failing isn't a good thing as well. They're both good. If you can avoid failure altogether, that's good as well. But sometimes failure is inevitable. And so true maturity is understanding that the higher you set your goal, the more inevitable failure will be. And just because you fail does not take away from who you are as a person. Your self-esteem should not come from your goals. Your self-esteem should come from just simply you existing. Okay? And just because I'm saying failure is a good thing, I'm not saying you should go fail on purpose. True failure is always an accident. If you're purposefully messing up, that's self-sabotage. That's a totally different topic for a totally different video. I'm not talking about purposefully failing. Just because I said failure is a good thing. The reason why I'm saying failure is a good thing is because it's a sign that your goals are high enough to where they're actually challenging you to grow. Even if you don't fail, that's a good thing too. That just simply means you're good at what you're doing and you know what you're doing. And there's certain things that you actually want to try to avoid failing at as much as possible. So, failure is a good thing, but self-sabotage is not. So I'm not saying to go fail on purpose. I'm saying set your goal high enough to where you have room to learn and room to grow. Like, that's all I'm trying to say. Like, instead of doing a pull-up, if you're really good at pull-ups, start trying to learn the muscle up. Yeah, you might fail sometimes, but at least you're trying to learn a move that's challenging enough for you. Because the fact that you're not able to do it 100% of the time, the muscle up, is a sign that you might grow your muscles if you try to learn how to do it. And so that's what I'm saying, is set your goal high enough to where there's room to learn and grow, and you're not just so good at what you're doing that you're able to just do it good instantly, but actually try to learn new things. And that's where the failure becomes a natural part of the process. I'm not saying to go and fail on purpose if you're already good at something. That's called self-sabotage. Like, if you already have a good relationship with your wife, I'm not saying to go beat your wife because failure is good. No, if you already have a good relationship with your wife, then that's great. Go set a goal to make $1 billion next year, and instead of making $1 billion, maybe you only made 200,000. Okay, you failed because your goal was high enough. That's the type of failure that I'm saying is good. So don't get it confused. Don't start failing on purpose, even if you're already good at something. That's called self-sabotage. I'm telling you to try to learn new things and to separate your self-esteem from not failing. So that way you're able to set goals that are big enough to where you're actually able to learn and grow from your endeavors. So I'm telling you to not be afraid of failure, but don't self-sabotage either. If you're good at something and you're able to do it well, put your all into it and do it well and do a good job at it and amaze everyone around you if you're able to. Because failure is good, but success is good too. Never forget that. Failure is good, but success is good too. If you don't think every single time I fucked a baddie, I didn't enjoy that success. If you don't think every single time I didn't make a fitness transformation, I didn't enjoy that success and what came with it. If you don't think every time I made money online, I didn't enjoy that success and what came with it, you're crazy. Success is good too. Failure and success are both good. Every battery has a positive and a negative. I hope you can see the picture that I'm painting here. I'm trying to paint a bigger picture philosophy for you guys, because a lot of the stuff on YouTube I see is smaller picture philosophy that doesn't really apply to real life, but it's just cookie cutter advice that every life coach gives you to try to sound motivational to sell their book. That's not what I'm here for. I'm not here to sound motivational. I'm here to give actual wisdom that I've been through that might actually help you to live a better life. Okay, so I think I'm going to end the video here because it's been almost an hour at this point and I don't have that much storage on my phone, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for tuning in. There was a message in today's video. Let me know if you guys understood the message. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think of today's video. I'm just another man on earth like everyone else. I don't know everything. There's always more for me to learn. So let me know what you guys think of this video. Comment below. Subscribe for more. I'll be making more videos about health, wealth, immortality. I'm trying to live forever just like Brian Johnson, fitness, all that type of good stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's YouTube video. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Thanks for tuning in. I love you guys. I'm making this video because I've been going through a really rough time lately, and I just wanted to remind myself and all you guys that just because you may experience failure from time to time, that doesn't mean anything about you as a person. Your self-esteem and your self-worth should not come from your failure or successes. It should simply just come from the fact that you exist and God made you. And the fact that God made you showed that God already thinks you're good enough to exist. And so your self-esteem should simply come from your essence of existing itself, not from your successes and failures. That's the point of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know what you guys want to see more of. Comment below. Until next one, I'm out. Love and peace.